Here's one of the most exciting things I love doing. See, while you guys been using fish emulsion and arguing over fish emulsion, and sometimes kelp, this is a product you folks have seen me use since the beginning of my days on YouTube, the Rooftop Terrace. Remember my strawberries, my citruses? Remember me telling you how you can make sure they're sweet and taste so delicious? Fish, kelp, with what? Molasses. So here it is. It's a 3-2-3, not a 5-1-1. And this is what I use. Let me show you how. Now don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with fish emulsion and seaweed kelp, or kelp. The problem that most people have is they don't do their research. Why buy both of those products when you can buy them, well, everything inside of one product? Yeah, that's what I do. And sometimes I make my own. I'll share that with you coming up on my next segment of how to make your own liquid fertilizer. Yeah, with molasses. You ready for that? So, you got to remember, 1 tablespoon per gallon of water that fish fertilizer calls for. Okay? And when it comes to the kelp, that's normally 2 ounces per gallon of water. And molasses, well, that's really up to you. Okay? But do your ratios and don't overdo it. I'll share with you how I make my own home blend, but right now I want to show you about this product because some people are not able to get the products in bulk like I do, so I'm going to show you how to buy it in an all-in-one product. So, since it's per gallon, you want to give your large trees, okay, a gallon of this stuff. Now this is a 5-gallon container, so there's 5 gallons in this 5-gallon container. And if you look at this measuring cup here, it's 4 cups. 4 cups equates to 32 ounces, which equates to 1 quart. Okay? It takes 4 fillings of this to do 1 gallon, or 4 quarts to do 1 gallon. So I fill this 4 times in order to treat the tree with 1 gallon of solution. I'll show you right now. So here's my citrus tree. Now, I want to treat this with 1 gallon of solution. But since I don't want to take the entire bucket and pick it up and try to assume I'm pouring a gallon, because again, there's 5 gallons of solution into this 5-gallon container. I'm going to use this measuring cup. I'm going to fill this 4 times. This measuring cup, again, is 4 total cups. And 4 total cups equates to 32 ounces, which equates to 1 quart. So, is 16 cups of solution, 16 cups of liquid inside 1 gallon container. So I'm going to fill this 4 times. Now again, I've already turned on the drippers and pre-moistened the soil. So now I'm just going to go in here like so. And I'm just going to work around the tree, around the root of the tree. So now this has gotten 1 gallon of solution. Now one of the most important things in your garden is making sure your trees are fed. Now all of my trees have a granulin fertilizer and soil amendments that's going to provide health and nutrition. However, I come around and I give it a liquid feed in the soil called a soil drench. And then the next time I come around next week, on day 1, y'all call it Sunday, I end up doing a foliar feed. So I go between a foliar feed and a soil liquid feed every other week. So 1 week here, 1 week, the next week here, the next week here, the next week here, back and forth, back and forth. Now, I'll be honest with you. I enjoy, there you go, you see my face now, hon? I enjoy feeding my trees. And I go through this 5-gallon bucket, I fill it up maybe 5 times, and I can go around and feed all of my trees, my citrus trees. And in the evening when the sun is low, I'll now put it inside of my 4-gallon sprayer, and I'll go over to the jungle over there, you know, the permaculture food forest, and I'll foliar feed that area across there, because it just doesn't make any sense to pour liquid when you got multiple plants. So next time you're thinking about feeding your plants, consider this, and I'll be right back to share that last commentation with you. So there's nothing wrong with this and this, which is fish fertilizer and seaweed extract with natural kelp. This is perfect, but you want to use this in conjunction with molasses. A lot of people ask me, where do you find molasses? Is it the liquid kind? Yeah, you can find black burn molasses, black strap molasses. And you sort of break it down and disrupt the molecules, because once you add hot water to it, this black strap molasses will loosen its grip and become liquefied even more so. Or you can use the powdered version of molasses. Matter of fact, let me show you what that looks like in just a second. So again, let me repeat this. Fish fertilizer, seaweed kelp extract. If you cannot find black strap molasses, come on closer. This is a 5-gallon container. I buy my molasses in a 25 to 50-gallon bag. I then take my 5-gallon containers and I fill them up. This is powdered rice molasses, pure molasses made for agricultural use. Yeah, I'll show you that product a little later. And so now you can make the same product you have here. Come closer. Fish, kelp, and molasses. Quite simple, right? So you can either buy this product if you for some reason cannot find the powdered or blackstrap molasses, or you simply can make your own product. Now you can go even further. If you're a fisherman, you can grind you some fish up inside of a tub, and you can add you some seaweed if you live in places like Canada, certain parts of America that has wild seaweed that grows along the ocean floor. Fish, seaweed, kelp, and add some blackstrap molasses or powdered molasses. The last product I'm going to show you is this product. So you folks ready for this? Use your granular fertilizer. I'm going to leave that in there. Use your granular fertilizer, honey. Use this once a month, every 4 weeks. Use this every week for foliar feed or a soil drench with your molasses. The same stuff I'm showing you here. Use this whenever you see your leaves becoming yellow, sort of discolored, and they seem to be suffering from some malnutrition. This is called chelated or chelated iron. Now, this bottle is still full because I rarely have to use it, because the way I feed my trees, well, my trees are healthy. Once a month or every 4 weeks. Every week. If you don't have that product, make your own every week. What I've just shown you is to soil drench your trees or your plants. Now foliar feed. I foliar feed also. That's the leaves. So here's the key. Granule fertilizer. Foliar feed 1 week, the next week you soil drench. Foliar feed, soil drench. Foliar feed, soil drench. The reason I'm going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, and being repetitive, because there are many people who are watching my channel who don't quite get the instructions. Not because they have some sort of mental illness, but more so cognitive development. So I have to break things down because that's how I had to learn. I'm also someone who learned things from a visual form, and sometimes you have to repeat things to me. I'm better at it now. I didn't get to where I am just by sitting in a regular classroom. I got the extra help. They call it tutoring. That's not a bad thing. Until next time, I've showed you folks how easy it is. You take it or lose it. If I were you, I'd choose it.